Hi friends, and welcome to episode 30 of my Krastorio and space exploration playthrough series. I'm Icon, and today is gonna be a great day. It's gonna be the beginning of the atomic age. So I have prepared a lot of things in the time between. That's, for example, 4 atomic reactors. So these are nuclear reactors. These 4 guys will be our friends in the next time. So I have no clue how much power plant we'll actually need behind that, because Krastorio does use other ratios than the vanilla game, so we'll be seeing how that works. But first and foremost, we're gonna go into the Kovarex enrichment process today, and then from there on we're gonna start building the reactor core. So what's Kovarex? Kovarex enrichment process is the process to create endless amounts of uranium-235. But we will need to work a little bit with logic circuits to do so. So let's see. We're gonna be needing to... Oh, this looks like I'm able to... Oh yeah, let's do this like that. So Kovarex enrichment needs you to put in 30 uranium-235 and 3 uranium-238. Wonderful. So we can provide these like that, no problem. So to make sure that things will really stay no problem, I'm gonna be attaching now a green wire here. And we're going to connect the inserter with the warehouse, like that. Now I'm going to tell this thingy to only grab uranium-235 if the number is lower than 31. So now this thing should only work if there's less than 31 units of uranium-235 in there. I hope everything will work out as I intend to, because if so, we won't be having any problems whatsoever anymore. So we're gonna be proceeding just like that. I think I'm gonna use a filter inserter just for once, just because I can. Wait a sec, I already got that many of those. Whoopsie. So this guy will only take uranium-235, and this guy will only take stone. There we go. Just want to make sure that things are not overcomplicated. Oh, they are already overcomplicated, but that's just... Icon Spaghetteria. There we go. So, let's see. If I did everything correctly, it should be... Nothing should be happening because there's more than the configured amount of uranium-238 in there. So, let's see. The moment of truth. But yeah, it doesn't do anything because, like I said, not enough in there. Awesome. So, the next guy here is only allowed to output uranium if another condition is met. So let's put up another cable. This is really a very, very simple way of creating logic circuits. I really thought that I had to do amazing things with these circuit combinators and such, but no, it's really just that easy. So this guy is allowed to pick up the uranium 238 if the number exceeds 31. So here we go. This is going to be our chain of production here, basically. So this guy is now allowed to take it out because obvious reasons. And now let's check out how does the uranium fuel cell recipe work. So we need U35 and U38 and a steel plate. Okay, so the only thing I don't have here is the steel plate. So let's see. It really put me into quite some sweat when I started out with that whole topic, but then I realized that it's really just that easy. No sweat needed. Alrighty, so we're gonna pick up a little bit of that steel here. Didn't I pipe off some of that already somewhere? No, I didn't. Oh, dang. It's my only steel plant, you know. So, it's a little bit discomforting for me because if I split off too much of that, it's gonna be problematic, but since I don't want to, oh well, it's okay. It's okay. It's only a one-time strain if we're realistic here. Because sure, it does strain my resources a lot now to fill such a insanely long belt. Sure, but after that, it's there is no more effort needed. Because that's just where the effort ends, you know? Because you only need to put one new plate in there if we actually use a plate, you know? Go forth. Come on. I know you can do it. I don't know why, but quite often, or I don't know if the Roboport is enabled. Oh no. I don't know why that is. Oh. Okay, well. Then we have to Roboport it. I don't like that too much because this way the wood ends up in my inventory, you know. But well. Anyways, the steel is rolling. This is overkill in its purest form. Alrighty, friends, so I'm gonna fetch a few more belts because I'm out of belts again. So, a few belts later. So, let's create more of that. I mean, the good news about that, the steel plates have now successfully moved towards my facility. Ow. So, let's see. We will need a little bit of everything here. So, I'd say I'll put down one of those bad boys and... oh. I'm gonna be merging the belts here. And where do we produce those thingies? Just in assemblers. Just in some regular good old assemblers. So I guess it will be the an easy way to just do it like that. Okay. So how many uranium fuel cells per second can this beastie produce? Not too many. Okay. Now we'll need an input of this and of that, and an output there. So this will be our intake or our output of fuel cells. It's now there's now a recipe to transform used up uranium fuel cells into other materials. Not sure how I'm gonna work around with that, but for now. Let's see how good my logic circuit thingy here works, you know. So I'd say we would be easily able to facilitate a second plant here. Just output-wise, I need to think of something. But well, it's not that hard at all. Here we go. Icon Spaghetteria does it again, so it's just like I really want to speed up this process to see if everything works out as intended, but it should be. It should be. The real interesting question is, will it work? What I really want to know is, will this inserter activate at the right moment? Because I'm not too sure about that. But for now, we have all it takes. We got the fuel cells enabled. The fuel cell production much more. Oh, good thing. This stuff doesn't hit my base. Alright. So let's get started with the actual fun. So our reactors, I don't know if I will align them like that, but our reactors will need a constant intake and output, a constant input and output of fuel cells. So let's see. A lot of people like to use logistic robots at this point, but I don't want to, honestly. So my attempt will be more like this. So this is going to be the input of the fuel cells. And then I'd say we're just gonna snake it around here. And then we're gonna work like that. Alright, the big question here is how many turbines and heat thingies we will need for this operation. I have no clue. But I'm very, very curious to see if I configured it correctly or not. I must say this is my first attempt of doing a Kovarex enrichment facility on my own, and I'm very, very curious. Okay. So now, and now this guy kicks in. Let's see. Do we have all the resources which are necessary to get that process going? Yes! It works! We're creating new uranium out of nothing. That's good. So, the only real question here is, will I be happy with just one of those thingies or not? I think I will be. Because this process, the refining process here itself, does seem to take quite some time, so... Okay. I gotta think about that. I mean, I have no clue how long such a fuel cell will actually last. But deep down inside me, I have the slight feeling that this might be not quite enough. Just not quite enough. But one thing at a time. The good news behind that is we are now multiplying the... Or we got an endless supply of uranium-238 at this point. So, rather use the fast inserter here. Same here. So... I see we're now suffering from an overspill situation a bit. So I think it wasn't wise to do it right next to the warehouses, so I'm going to adapt that in the episodes between. So, mining productivity 4 finished. That was a long endeavor. It did cost me 3,200 tech cards of 4 colors, but I felt like another 10% mining productivity will be so powerful. So, also we're today researching the cargo rocket silo tech, and I'm slowly going closer towards space. Towards actual space, you know. So this one I definitely wanted to research on cam to show you what's happening here. So rocket fuel tank, cargo pods, and here we will have to build a complete rocket silo facility in the long run. That's what it's going to be all about, I guess. So very, very excited about that, honestly. So I wonder if it would be smart to sushi belt that into each other, like letting them run round and round. Sure does feel like it would be smart. So first up, I want to have the logistics nailed down, you see. We have long-handed inserters to output the used up fuel cells, of course. And the used up fuel cells will be destroyed in another centrifuge. Okay. I know I had another one of those, so I'm gonna centrifuge that stuff over here. Or where? No. Let's centrifuge that stuff over here to make sure that the reprocessing of fuel cells does not interfere with my power generation, because I feel like I might have planned this thing here a little bit small. Okay, so here goes this one. We're gonna have an output of U38, tritium, and stone. So I'd say I'll do filter inserters again, because this seems to be the easiest way for me to deal with that. So cargo rocket safety. Medpacks. Rocket landing pad. Allows you to deliver rocket cargo pods to a named landing pad. I see. Well, let's research a few random bits and bobs. So what I plan is quite simple. I want to make sure that the stone... Oh, I can't configure several products on one. Oh, perfect. So stone and the other uranium can be output on this one, whereas the tritium, I want to have that here. Oops, here. Oh, come on. I keep forgetting to click the magnifying glass. Alright. So this jolly little array is now ready too. So this is inefficient as hell, but it's still, at least it works. So right now what's happening is this thing here is being overfed for the moment, but it'll stop at some point. It'll stop at some point. I need to reconfigure that, but technically this is everything is already working out perfectly. We just need to adjust it a little bit. Okay, so let's get back to business. Boilers and heat pipes. Wait a sec. How are they called again? No, they're called heat exchangers. Heat exchangers. Did I pack them into my car? I do know that I pre-produced a ton of those. But did I forget to pack them up? Possibly. So between this and the last episode, I did a lot of pre-construction of all those necessary things. So let's get back to the base for a sec. I'm going to pack up the things I need. I upgraded a lot of the conveyor belts here into red ones to make sure that the plate production is better. So I upgraded my plate production now to a 60 per second from 30 per second. I don't know if I already talked about that, but all the furnaces are now replaced, and also all the belts are replaced. So let's see. I did create those steam turbines in here because I realized that the steam turbines have very, very similar components compared to the regular steam engine, and this little masterwork was created. I'm really proud of this one because I just realized that I could take these beasties from here, and all the other necessary parts were already lying around. I just really just plopped down the assembler there and picked up all the other goodies from around. Good stuff. But with the other parts for the power plant, I wasn't that lucky, so I had to expand my business here a little bit. So let's see, 150 heat exchangers and heat pipes. So I'm pretty sure that I don't need that much, but who knows. My inventory is now cram full, that's for sure. So I think I'm going to create a few more centrifuges for the Kovarex process, because I feel like one of them is not packing the punch we need. But then again, you know, I just don't want to have my nuclear power plant run dry at some point. That's not desirable, you know. So can we just drop down something in there? Something which can stay in there? There's a lot of things in my inventory which I honestly just don't want to keep anymore, but I also researched a recycling plant, so help is coming. I'm a very, very messy player with Factorio. The more items a mod pack has in store, the messier my inventories become. It's just like I work, I guess. So back here. I mean, at least the process is not halted, but yeah. Dang. That's because this facility is directly connected to the warehouse. This wouldn't happen if I would have connected it with a, what's it called again? With a piece of conveyor belt here. So, if I remember correctly, heat pipes are, yeah, exactly. We have to work like this. So we should be piping the heat out like there. That should be enough. And let's pray to God they hurt. So, well, let's put them in here for now. I don't want to drop the uranium fuel cells right away into the reactors, because they would just activate, and I don't want that. Right now we're in the preparation phase. I'm pretty sure I won't be able to finish my preparation phase for today, but that's okay. Okay, so now this one. And that one. Alright, so now we can pipe out the heat. Okay, so we will need a intake for water for these beasties, and an intake for heat. Yeah. So each of those guys consumes 250 units of water per second. Okay, we're gonna need a lot of pumps here. So one of them creates 250 units of steam. How much steam does one of those turbines consume? 50. So on every single heat exchanger, we'll connect 5 turbines. Okay, so how does this then work? The heat exchanger will consume water and it will consume heat. It will consume 50 megawatt. So base production of one of those guys is 250 megawatt. So base production will be 5 heat exchangers per reactor times 10 for the turbines. No, times 5 for the turbines. So 5 exchangers, 25 turbines, base production. All right. So we're gonna do one thing here for a moment here. I'm gonna save the game, and I want to load this because I definitely don't want a spaghetti belt here, or a sushi belt. But I'm gonna do it nevertheless to make sure that I'll have a steady throughput of these. And you know, the neighbor bonus only will be displayed when they are plugged in. So I want to plug in them once, but I'm gonna load the game afterwards because I don't want to activate this process right now. I just want to know how much neighbor bonus they receive, because I can't preview that. So right now we're at 25% neighbor bonus. Let's see, a few more fuel cells are coming in. So I see. Let's alright, so 50% neighbor bonus. I'll produce 50% more than I'll get displayed here. Okay, that's good to know. Now we can load. So 50% more does mean, what does that mean? We're producing 250 per generator, so total output is 1000 megawatt. But we will receive instead 1500 megawatt of heat. So one of those buggers eats up 50, right? So we have to share, we have to distribute down 1500 megawatts of heat. That's 30 heat exchangers times 5, 150 turbines. So that's that's our task. And water. God. This is going to be a huge endeavor, I tells you. So I think I'm going to cut this episode a little bit earlier than you're used to it, because I want to calculate all the stuff I need to do, and I want to reassemble the Kovarex assembly machine, assembling here. I mean, it works perfectly. Everything's just nice, but at the same time I feel like I want to adjust this whole process a little bit, and also I need to think about where we will put down 30 heat transformers and 150 turbines. But the good news about that is that's gonna produce 1.5 gigawatt of electricity once we're done, so it's not that bad either. So yeah, that's today's episode. Next episode we're gonna plan out how to and where to construct this big ol' nuclear reactor. Looking forward to it. I hope you are too. So comments down below, leave a like, leave a subscribe. I'd be super delighted if you did so. You know the drill. And most importantly, have a great time and see you soon, friends. Goodbye.